Today, we're exposing 8 US cereal brands that people actually can't stand. Reviewers call them sugar bombs, weirdly artificial, stale-tasting, and flat-out misleading. The same complaints showing up again and again across thousands of angry one-star reviews from customers who wanted breakfast and got dessert in a box instead. Number 1 will shock you: Froot Loops. Froot Loops promised us a rainbow morning with Toucan Sam, leading us toward vibrant, fruity loops in every color. This has been the cereal that turns your milk into sweet pastel soup that tastes like childhood itself. But somewhere between the cartoon bird's promises and reality, something breaks down. One verified purchaser wrote, "Most dot of the cereal was rock hard and broke off a tooth of mine. I even left.it in milk 30 minutes. And same thing happened. Another demanded, use real ingredients, need to remove dyes and BHT from all cereal and snacks. Why are you having a better options in others' country and not in the USA? Do we have different values than others' country?" These reviews capture a specific disappointment. Those bright loops don't actually taste different from one another, and they're either rock hard or stale. According to Eat This, Not That, Froot Loops contains artificial colors and flavors that create the illusion of fruit diversity without delivering actual fruit. Yahoo noted the loops are essentially the same formula dyed different colors. The New York Post pointed out it contains 12 grams of sugar per serving while delivering minimal nutrition. What you're tasting isn't fruit, it's engineered sweetness with questionable quality control. Before we get to number 7, if you're enjoying this countdown of cereal disappointments, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next food expose. Drop a comment telling us which cereal betrayed you the most. Honey Smacks Honey. Smacks arrives with golden puffs, glistening with what appears to be real honey, positioning itself as naturally sweet. The wheat-based puffs look substantial, promising actual staying power. But the reality is far different. One devastated parent wrote, "Extremely disappointed. We purchased a box of this cereal on yesterday, opened it today. The cereal is extremely stale. I couldn't even chew it up. It was stuck all in my braces. I had to throw the whole entire bowl away. Not to mention that I wasted milk on the cereal. This is ridiculous. Something should be done. Why are you guys selling stale products? This is the only cereal my daughter likes and eats. Needless to say, I'm hesitant to continue to buy this." Another lamented, "Threw this box away as it tasted very old. Stale on first bowl, tasted old. So disappointed we threw the entire new box away. Never again. These used to be good. Now they probably sit in warehouse for years." These reviews expose a quality control crisis. Honey Smacks suffers from chronic staleness. Eat This Not That ranks it among the highest sugar cereals at 15 grams per serving. Yahoo found that while it contains honey, additional sweeteners push sugar content to dessert levels. The staleness problem appears repeatedly, suggesting serious freshness issues compound an already over-sweetened product, and we're just getting started. Cap'n Crunch. Cap'n Crunch built its reputation on one promise: maximum crunch. The yellow squares are supposed to stay crunchy, providing that satisfying bite other cereals abandon when milk touches them. But hold on, this beloved cereal has a dark secret. One former fan wrote, "Original Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch was my favorite cereal. Not anymore. Each individual grain is so tiny, you can't even enjoy a bowl of it. By the time you sit down to enjoy a bowl of it, it is practically mush. I give this cereal 1 star simply because there is no option below 1 star. I will never buy the original Captain Crunch again unless they go back to the original size grain or close to it." Another demanded, "What happened? I was surprised the flavor was not the same as it used to be. Maybe I got a bad batch because this tasted terrible. I tried to eat it twice. I thought it was me until I had other people try it. They agreed it tasted rancid." Cap'n Crunch has been reformulated to become smaller and either too mushy or rancid tasting. The legendary crunch has vanished. According to Eat This Not That, it contains 12 grams of sugar and is made primarily from corn flour. Yahoo noted recent formula changes altered both size and consistency. It somehow lost its signature quality while developing serious flavor issues. But believe it or not, the next cereal is even more disappointing. Cocoa Pebbles. Cocoa Pebbles, endorsed by the Flintstones, promises chocolate breakfast bliss in tiny, crispy rice form. It's supposed to combine Rice Krispies' satisfaction with chocolate indulgence. What could go wrong? Everything, apparently. One longtime fan wrote, "Disgusting!" Yes, I am old, but I have loved this cereal for as long as I can remember. But the recipe has changed, and it is the most disgusting cereal ever. No longer chocolatey, no longer has wonderfully flavored milk. No longer the wonderful crunch while eating. Instead, it is soggy and chewy. Do not waste your money. Another compared it to fast food. What happened? I've loved this cereal since I was a child, but this is not the Cocoa Pebbles of my youth. The texture reminds me of an overcooked French fry that has sat in a vat of grease all day. Nasty. From now on, I'll be spending my hard-earned money on Cocoa Puffs. The cocoa coating no longer tastes like chocolate. People describe greasy texture resembling fast food rather than crispy cereal. Eat this not. That notes it contains cocoa processed with alkali, reducing natural chocolate flavor. Yahoo found it delivers 13 grams of sugar while providing minimal actual cocoa. Recipe changes have driven longtime fans to switch brands entirely, and we're only halfway through this countdown. Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms is the cereal with marshmallows, blurring the line between meal and candy. The leprechaun promises magic with hearts, stars, and horseshoes floating among oat bits. But the real magic trick here is how they fooled us for so long. One 58-year veteran wrote, "They added corn to an oat cereal. Been eating this for most of my 58 years. Felt like something wasn't right recently. The taste was off. I thought it was me. I was so disappointed to see one of the last remaining oat cereals is no longer a toasted oat cereal." Out of curiosity, I read the ingredients, and the third one listed is whole grain corn. I should have looked sooner, as something just didn't taste the same. Price goes up, and the quality goes down. Stop cutting corners in the name of profit. You have lost my 58 years of loyalty, another parent warned. Not magical. I grew up eating this, and all the other General Mills cereals as a kid. Research shows the synthetic lab made ingredients in it, such as dyes and modified corn. Not to mention, the high sugar can cause a whole host of diseases. Please educate yourselves before eating and feeding to your children. It's poison. Lucky Charms quietly added corn to cut costs, fundamentally changing the taste while hoping customers wouldn't notice. They did. According to Eat This, Not That, it contains 12 grams of sugar per serving. Yahoo found the marshmallows contain gelatin, artificial colors, and corn syrup, but little resembling actual marshmallows. The magic is just marketing. You're eating corn and oat filler with synthetic additives. But wait until you hear about our top 3. Apple Jacks presents an immediate problem. They don't taste like apples. The box shows bright rings suggesting crisp apple flavor. The name promises apples. But from the first bite, Apple Jacks reveals apple isn't part of the equation, and that's not even the worst part. One nostalgic consumer lamented, "Not even close to what it used to be, not the Apple Jacks we grew up with." This was almost all orange hoops. That good old Apple Jack flavor is no more, for this is quite bland now. Hard pass. Another parent wrote, "Apple Jacks are smaller with less crunch and flavor. I just bought a box of Apple Jacks yesterday. I hadn't bought any in years, and my son was excited to have a bowl this morning. What a huge disappointment. They are so much smaller. There also used to be a much shinier coating on it, but they are duller now. They are much softer, and the worst part is that they are nearly flavorless. Yet, the price hasn't changed. I won't be purchasing these again. I grew up on Kellogg's products, and they used to be of such higher quality. Profits quality. Not only does it not taste like apples, but reformulations have made it taste like almost nothing. The color shifted to predominantly orange, rings shrunk, coating diminished. Eat this not." That noted, Apple Jacks contains no actual apples. Flavor comes entirely from artificial ingredients. The New York Post pointed out Kellogg's has acknowledged in ads that Apple Jacks doesn't taste like apples. It commits the cardinal sin of being named after a flavor it never delivers, then gets worse with each reformulation. Now let's get to our top two. These are the real shockers. Special K positions itself as the adult choice, the sensible breakfast for health-conscious people. But the expanded varieties have betrayed the original's promise while maintaining health-forward marketing. This deception runs deep. One former loyalist wrote, "Cloyingly sweet. I remember when this product was not covered in sugar. It was a nice adult cereal to me. Now, it's so sweet it's like a children's cereal, unhealthy and cloyingly sweet." Another noted, "Not the same as it used to be. I've been buying this cereal for many years. It was always a fave, but the most recent box I purchased is not right. The flakes look and taste like Frosted Flakes. Why would you change the cereal? So disappointing." Even base Special K has been reformulated to become sweeter, more like Frosted Flakes despite health food positioning. According to Eat This Not That, flavored varieties contain 8 to 12 grams of sugar while marketing under the health halo. Yahoo found varieties use artificial flavoring without adding genuine ingredients. It betrays itself at every level, using health reputation to sell sweetened flakes masquerading as nutrition. But the number one spot goes to a cereal that takes disappointment to a whole new level. Crispix represents the most profound disappointment. A cereal that promises something genuinely good, then delivers aggressively mediocre quality while falling apart. The box shows lattice-like wafers combining rice and corn, suggesting sophistication and innovation. Yet Crispix delivers an experience so bafflingly bland and structurally compromised that you question if something went fundamentally wrong. This is the ultimate betrayal. One devastated longtime fan wrote, "Tastes weird and stale now. Loved this cereal forever." The last few boxes, about 3 of them, all dated for almost a year away, have been stale and strange tasting. Not at all what made me love them to begin with. They used to be the right amount of crunch and taste, like corn and rice. Now they shriveled and taste burnt, bitter, and old, almost like one of those Kashi twig cereals. Really disgusting now. Whatever you did to it is sad. Please fix it and undo whatever change you made. It's gross now. Another former devotee lamented, "Disappointed. This was the only cereal that I kept in my cupboard. So disappointing that all I see are cereals that are nothing more than compressed sugar shapes with high fructose syrup to hold the sugar together. I guess it makes it easier at the grocery store since I now just skip the cereal aisle. You discontinue to find product. Crispix barely tastes like anything. And what exists has shifted from pleasant grain flavor to something burnt, bitter, and stale. The lattice structure has degraded. Boxes arrive full of shredded pieces rather than intact wafers. Pieces arrive stale despite far future expiration dates, suggesting serious production problems. At this not. That noted that while Crispix has minimal sugar at 3 grams per serving, it achieves this by having essentially no flavor. What makes this devastating is that Crispix was genuinely beloved as people's one reliable cereal. Recent degradation has left loyal customers abandoned, with shredded pieces, staleness, and bitter aftertaste. Its mediocrity combined with structural failures feels insulting. Bitter disappointment shaped into lattices that no longer hold together. This is why it claims our number one spot. These 8 cereals show how cost-cutting and reformulation have destroyed once trusted breakfast staples. From rock-hard Fruit Loops to crumbling Crispix, from corn-corrupted Lucky Charms to flavorless Apple Jacks. These brands prioritize profits over the people who've been loyal for decades. You deserve cereal that actually delivers on its promises. Next time you're in the cereal aisle, skip these disappointments and find something that tastes like someone actually cared about your breakfast.